Hi, my name is Jennifer Timmons. I am a QA Coordinator 1 at Pharmavite, and I just kind of want to give you a quick, brief overview of what my program is designed around. It's designed around bridging the gap between what we require for good documentation practices, or GDP, and what the team members actually do on the floor regarding GDP. When I first came, I noticed a series of errors that were the same over and over and over, meaning there is a gap between what we want and what they understand, or what they understand and what they're actually doing. So we had to make sure everybody was on the same page. Even though I have broken my audience into two large groups of new hires versus long-term team members, my audience is still working adults. That means they need a sense of ownership over what they do. That means they need to be able to connect what they're learning to what they're going to do on the floor. And they need to know, hey, this is why we're focusing on it. It's not just something we want to do. We have to have GDP accurate at all times to ensure our ability to exist. If our GDP is somehow faulty, we lose customer trust because we risk producing a faulty product. Do you want your mom taking something that's bad? We might even lose our right to operate because we can't say, hey, we can't guarantee to the FDA that we're producing good product, which means you won't have a job. And we are also able to tie this back into importance because GDP affects how much bonus you get. So great. What does all this look like? And please excuse my cat. Long-term team members have a series of learning outcomes focusing on ensuring a higher level of understanding and that they can relate what they've learned to the new hires under supervision. So this means the long-term team members need to be able to recall the GDP guidelines and be able to find the associated job instruction. They also need to be able to explain to long-term team members what these guidelines are and help them understand that, hey, you're getting it. I have eliminated the learning outcome associated around understanding Section 21 of the Code of Federal Regulations, because access to that training is limited and rather expensive for the company to buy right now. The new hires have a series of learning outcomes associated with, hey, do you understand the basics of what you're about to do? Do you have a working knowledge that you can build on? So they are expected to be able to find the job instruction because you don't have to memorize it all. You need to know how to find what you're supposed to use as a guideline. They need to know how to round. They need to know how to correctly record a date and time. And they also need to know how to make a correction. So this training will be delivered mostly synchronously. We do believe in an atmosphere of teamwork, of collaboration in everything we do, which means instead of being told, here, pick the right answer, here's a worksheet that mimics what you're going to see on the job and will then make you apply the principles that you've just learned to something you're going to see to give you a better transition into the work environment and get out those first pin jitters. While GDP seems simple, it can be a lot, and how it's presented and how it's worked through is tantamount to its understanding. Thank you, and I hope you have a good day. If you have any questions, just let me know in the replies.